Chinese President Xi Jinping reiterated calls for the building of a Silk Road economic belt during his recent European trip. A similar idea in the form of a maritime Silk Road was also proposed by President Xi at the 16th ASEAN-China Summit in Indonesia. These new ideas aren't about rebuilding the ancient Silk Road as it existed many centuries ago. It is about reconnecting those countries that have had a shared trading past.
The creation of the new Silk Road is about economic and trade cooperation in the region along the cultural route of the ancient Silk Road. It does not intend to rebuild the road, but to build solid bilateral and multilateral free trade agreements, joint infrastructure projects, and other forms of high-level economic and cultural exchange, so the region can adapt to economic globalization.
Asia produces a third of global GDP with its population of over 4 billion and ample labor supply. In the past decade and more, inter-regional trade in Asia has expanded from $1 trillion to $3 trillion. That share of inter-regional trade between Asian countries has increased from 30% to 50% of the total trade these countries engage in. However, this is far lesser than the comparable figure of more than 60% of the European Union.
There are three major challenges to the idea of the new Silk Road. First, China is now the world's second largest economy and the biggest trader, but the country is still lacking experience in building free trade zones. Second, most Asian countries are developing nations with low per capita GDP and uneven regional development. And third, our research into other countries' market lacks depth and hasn't taken their domestic, economic, and political situation into consideration.
The idea of the new Silk Road is still being fully conceived, but some relevant projects are already on track. The China-Europe Railway program has been relaunched as a freight train finished its trip from central China to Poland last month. China is ready to draw up plans for Bangladesh, China, India, Myanmar economic corridor and another between China and Pakistan. The impact of the global financial crisis still lingers. As the world's second-largest economy with a stable growth for more than 3 decades, China has the capability and responsibility to inject more energy into the Asian economy. How can the region reach a win-win situation for all? China is trying to answer the question by proposing initiatives for the new Silk Roads. 唐博 CCTV 北京。